I'm breathing underwater, I'm weightless through space. I'm soaring like an eagle all over this place. Creatures most will never see are waiting there to look at me, and all I gotta do is breathe underwater. The Seaview is cruising along on the surface. We're not sure what their task is today.
Mr. Morton. Contact. Large object at 500 feet, bearing 175, relative range 6,000 yards.
Any idea what it is, Kowalski?
It profiles like a submarine, sir.
Hold your fix on it.
Aye, aye, sir.
Captain Crane is out in the flying sub. We still don't know what the mission is.
Hello, Lee. We may have made a sub-contact. If so, it's probably the one that's been attacking our ships in this area.
Do you want me to continue my search pattern?
Affirmative. Now look, Washington is just as interested in the base as in the sub itself.
Okay, now we know what the mission is. While the Seaview plays tag with this mystery sub, the captain is out searching for those who are directing it.
Are you sure that there is such an underwater base?
Well, all the indications seem to point that way. Now use your scanner, continue searching the ocean floor.
Aye, sir.
The scanner is a handheld thing. I don't know why they haven't built such a device into the flying sub itself, but...
Well, there it is.
This is Chief Beach. All firing stations manned and ready, sir.
Very well.
Beach just joined the crew to lead the missile room team. He doesn't look old enough to be their mascot, much less a CPO. Don Dubbins used that to his advantage when he was getting started in the acting biz. He got some parts in a couple of war movies because he looked like that innocent, fresh-faced kid who was about to get the lesson of his life. His career as a character actor got a big boost when he picked up a sort of patron who was big in movies and decided to feature Dubbins in some of them. You might have heard of the guy. His name was James Cagney. With that kind of pull behind him, away he went. He moved to TV fairly quickly because there were more opportunities. He exploited as many of them as he could, but in 1991, cancer took him away from us at 63. You know, when I get into eternity, I hope God will indulge me a tiny bit and put a pair of hoo-haws on Satan just so I can kick him in them. The other sub fires a pair of torpedoes. Quick maneuvering dodges them, and the explosions just shake things up a bit.
Voyage to the bottom of the sea. Starring Richard Basehart. And David Hedison. Voyage to the bottom of the sea.
Sometimes I think about going back through this series and counting how many different intros we had. Then I realize I have a life.
That sub fired at point-blank range. Obviously, the commander didn't know about our electronic hull shield.
Well, you can bet he knows now. The minute those torpedoes exploded before hitting us, he knew.
I imagine he's working on a way to neutralize the shield right now.
And if he finds it, the next salvo won't miss. Take her down, Chip.
Yeah, we have torpedoes too, so shoot a couple and take her down. Oh, he means the Seaview. He wants to dive. Scratch that other stuff. They go down to 200 feet and go to silent running. The other sub is still right behind them, matching their speed and course.
Check. Call Beach in the missile room. I want tubes 1 and 3 ready for firing and stand by.
I see.
You got it, boss. Beach is on it.
Check out the tubes. Load 1 and 3.
It's not hard to guess what he did when they weren't looking.
Fire 1 and 3.
Mark.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Where's the kaboom? There was supposed to be an earth-shattering kaboom.
As we guessed, Beach turned the warheads off. If the torpedoes hit the other sub at all, they went clunk.
Where's the target?
Said it's gone.
Gone. How could it be?
Well, I was tracking it up until we fired. All of a sudden, it's not there.
Are you sure, Kowalski? It's not our equipment.
No, sir. That sub just isn't there anymore.
Good grief, maybe 2 clunks was enough to take her down. Whatever the cause, the threat is gone, so secure from silent running. Mr. Morton wants to have a talk with Beach.
Beach, did you supervise the loading of those torpedoes?
Yes, sir.
Are you aware that both of them misfired?
Yes, sir. I've heard of misfires before, but never 2 in the same salvo.
Neither have I. But if someone wanted to deactivate the warhead, he could do it with a simple adjustment on the nose.
That's right, Mr. Morton. But nobody went anywhere near those percussion caps before loading.
Well, almost nobody. He doesn't have an explanation for it. He says we sent them on their way as ordered. That's all he knows.
Chip, this is Nelson.
Yes, sir?
Captain Crane is trying to locate the concealed subpen. The moment we get the coordinates, we're going to knock it out.
Aye, sir. I'll come back topside at once.
You don't have to be a stable genius to know Beach is a spy for whoever owns that sub. It's too bad Mr. Morton doesn't have as many camera angles as we have, or he'd know that too. Does he realize Sparks' equipment is designed to detect unauthorized transmissions like that? He probably doesn't care. He can't let Captain Crane reveal the base's location, which he just found. How much of it does he think he needs to scan to establish what it is? Aboard the Seaview, they watched the flying sub go down on sonar. Nelson tells Sparks to keep trying to call the captain and keep the channel open.
Admiral, I've been picking up some sort of signal, sir.
Oh, what kind?
Electronic dots and dashes, sir.
Could you read the pattern?
No, sir. It wasn't Morse. Another code entirely. Something I couldn't make any sense out of.
Mm-hmm. Did you get a fix with the directional finder?
Yes, sir. But the electronic impulses must have confused the instruments.
Why do you say that?
Well, because the origination point seemed to come from right here, aboard Seaview.
Oh. Mm-hmm. I see. Well, if you hear it again, let me know at once.
Yes, sir.
In the meantime, keep calling the flying sub.
I hear you coughing, Kay. Can you use your voice?
Admiral, I read you.
Well, what's your condition? Can you raise the flying sub?
No, he can't. He has no power and he's low on oxygen. He confirms that he found the sub-base, but loses consciousness before he can report the coordinates. The Seaview starts making tracks to go save him.
Okay, you 2 men secure your watch. It's an order straight from the exec. Clear out.
Since he outranks them by several steps, theirs is not to ask questions. And now that the star of the show is on screen, what's he going to do to it?
Engineering report.
Full loss of power. We've cut in auxiliary generators, but we haven't enough to move the ship.
We're losing headway, Mr. Morton, and the ship is tail heavy.
Blow aft ballast tanks. 10-second bursts.
Well, we just learned something important. With that one switch in the circuitry room, you can literally turn the Seaview off.
Circuitry room report. Circuitry room report.
Chief, get down on the double, find out what's going on.
Aye, sir.
Fair warning, we have a big problem here. Where did those two guys go? Nobody found them and asked them why they left their posts. If Sharky had done that right now, they could have saved themselves a lot of trouble later, because that would have exposed Beach. Any good military or quasi-military operation like this would do that. But not today. Plot hole number 1, the vanishing crewman.
Yeah, that's just what we needed. A breakdown.
How long can Lee hold out down there?
You know, I wish that somebody would tell me.
That's the trouble with being at the top of the food chain.
Who's back there?
Oh, Beach. What are you doing in here?
Well, I gotta ask you the same question.
Hey, Beach, you guys may be the same rank, but he's way above you in seniority, so I suggest you lose the attitude.
Where's the secretary watch?
I don't know, Sharky. I just got here. I thought there might be trouble in here when the power went off.
Well, there's trouble, all right.
Beach is supposed to be running the missile room. I wonder why Sharky isn't pressing the question of why he's here.
Chief, there's a main power cutoff built into the circuitry. Have you been briefed on that?
No, sir.
All right, listen, I'll tell you about it.
I guess you won't need me.
Yeah, go ahead.
He's going to do what you think he's going to do. But I want us to watch this somewhat more closely than we usually would. I'll explain later. Sharky loses because the script says so. But I'd like us to keep in mind the way they were grappling, measuring each other, and all the rest. I'd also like us to keep in mind that there was enough light in the room for them to keep fighting each other. Thanks to their horsing around and slamming into stuff, the Seaview is now dead on the bottom, just like the flying sub.
Come on.
Are you badly hurt? No, sir, I'll make it.
Well, what happened in there? The Admiral gave you careful instructions.
Why didn't you follow them?
I never got a chance. Somebody jumping from behind. That's how the controls got so messed up.
Somebody on this ship attacked you? Who?
I don't know. I never got a look at him.
I hope that explains my previous requests. There were moments when they were close enough to kiss and he didn't get a look at the guy. No, I can't let that one slide. In the light from the emergency banks, as well as all the sparking and stuff, he had multiple chances to get a clear look at Beach. Plot hole number 2, the saga of Sharky the Blind.
What's our depth, Chip?
946, sir.
It's too deep for conventional diving, but with a strong helium mixture.
Do you really think you have a chance to reach him with divers?
We have to reach him at once. There's no time for repairs. Now alert the 2 best divers aboard. Notify the missile room. We're sending them out immediately.
It's been done. In 1979, Dr. Sylvia Earle hitched herself to a submarine and rowed it down to 1,250 feet, unhitched herself from the sub, and went exploring. Nelson is right. With the right gas mixture, a human can go deeper than ever imagined. The big problems with doing stuff like that on regular air both have to do with nitrogen. Nitrogen makes up most of our atmosphere, and at depth it does weird things to the body. Helium doesn't. These divers will go out in wetsuits, which is another problem. At 950 feet, one of the biggest issues is going to be cold. That won't come up. We'll see why directly.
Missile room, aye, sir.
We're sending out a diving party.
At this depth, sir?
That's why we'll need a pair of tanks with a special helium mixture. I'm sending Kowalski down to the diving locker to give you a hand. Meet him there.
Aye, sir. Get a pair of the regular air tanks and meet me at the diving locker. On the double.
By the way, he has an accomplice who doesn't have a name. Before Kowalski gets there, they switch the actual helium tanks out for the regular ones. No, I don't know why the helium tanks aren't clearly marked so Kowalski can see what he's getting. This ain't gonna be pretty.
I can't breathe. I can't breathe. I can't breathe.
What? Repeat. I can't read you. Repeat. What's wrong?
Be glad we didn't have to listen to that.
Oh, it can't be. The helium... The mixture. They were given the wrong tanks. Where's Beach? Son? Bet he is. He's the spy. But he can't be very far, and I'll go get him.
The hunt is on. Nelson tells Morton to get every available man and catch this guy. At least he's unarmed. Or not. He drops that guy down the hatch under the stairs and continues on his way. Sharky quietly calls for a team to come from the other end. Let's show him what the inside of a sandwich feels like.
Beach! They spotted me. I'm cut off. Up here, I'll give you a hand. Hold it.
They won't mention the random guy wandering aimlessly the other way. That's something the chief probably should have known about.
Use your words, dude.
Beach has been making his way to the missile room through the air ducts.
Admiral.
What is it?
I'm receiving that code again, sir.
Now, this is definitely coming from somewhere aboard the ship.
Definitely, sir.
Where's the portable detector?
Beach is telling his handlers what he's doing. He's examined the piping and the escape hatch, and he's planting a bomb in there. Nelson is making his way through the boat with the scanner, even though Beach has stopped transmitting. Sparks should tell him that. Rather than jump in, Beach is choosing to stay out of sight. Again, he stopped transmitting so the detector won't detect him. But that bomb is putting out enough radio interference that the detector detected it. The short version is, once he opens the valves to flood the chamber, it's impossible to close them. So nobody can save the Admiral.
There's a safety lock on the exterior hatch. If it's turned, the lock on this valve is automatically released.
That lock is on the outer hull. How does anybody get outside without using this escape hatch?
The open well in the pressure chamber. Get a diver.
Never mind a diver.
That last thing I said about nobody can save the Admiral, you don't say that to Chief Sharkey.
Sick bay. Get a detail down to the mist room with oxygen on the double.
Aye, aye, sir.
As I said, the Admiral will be all right. In the circuitry room, Beach found the switch to turn off the electronic hull shield, then sent a message to the other sub. Now he's locked himself in there because a security detail spotted him. Unfortunately, one half of that security detail is his accomplice.
It's time for me to get off this boat. I'll need your help. You can't leave. Why not? My work's done.
Maybe, but we're both expendable.
No more. We've done everything we have to do aboard this ship.
We stay. Those are orders.
Yeah, you're right. We stay. Let's get him out of the way. We have to keep him concealed until the Seaview sunk. Maybe you're expendable, but not me.
Oh, so the accomplice is actually the boss. I think his employee just quit. Wait, they're on a ship, so I think his crew just mutinied. Beach intends to go out the same way Sharkey is coming back in. Ooh, that should have put him on the deck right there. This is a good struggle, but Sharkey is restricted by the suit, not to mention the extra weight around his waist. No, that's not a comment on his appearance. When the other guy starts channeling Annie Oakley, it's time to surrender.
Suppose you think you can swim back to your hidden sub-pen.
I know I can. Hurry up.
Want the rest of it? I'll get it later, thanks. Now, goodbye, Sharkey.
Wait!
Well. Bye.
Damage control. All systems now operative.
Hear that, Chip? Now get us off the bottom and head for the flying sub. We may still be in time.
Aye, aye, sir.
Did somebody check the switch to the electronic hull shield?
Activate magnetic recovery gear.
Aye, sir.
The model work continues to be superb, and Captain Crane is alive.
Oh, I found this in his hand, the coordinates of the hidden sub-pen.
Perfect. Lay a missile on that target.
Aye, aye.
That sub, it's back.
Chip, get us moving before she fires.
We'll lay a missile on that target, just as soon as we deal with this annoyance.
Missile room, anyone on duty there?
There sure is, Admiral. I just rounded up a crew.
Chief, how long to load tubes 1 and 3?
About 5 seconds, sir.
Load 1 and 3.
We can fire anytime you give the word. And Admiral, this time I guarantee they'll go off.
Okay, ready, set.
Enemy torpedoes fired, sir. They're headed straight for us.
First Beach is Annie Oakley, and now these guys are Doc Holliday with the quick draw.
Hard right rudder, bring her around full.
Torpedoes approaching fast.
Rig for explosion.
Or maybe I should make that quick draw McGraw since he missed. Our turn.
Missile room, fire 1.
1 fire, sir.
Fire 3.
3 fire, sir. 6 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Wild Bill Hickok said the winner of a gunfight will always be the one who takes that extra split second to be sure of his aim. In this gunfight, that's us.
Sick bay, how's Captain Crane?
According to Doc, he's fit for duty.
Are you out of your mind? You're supposed to be resting.
I talked Doc into letting me in on the kill. Am I too late?
Well, not exactly. We've got the sub, now we're going after the sub-pen. Like to handle it?
Considering everything he went through, it's the least you can do for him.
Missile room, this is the skipper. What tubes are ready for firing?
2 and 4, sir.
Very well. Fire 2. Fire 4.
Speaking of aiming, when did anybody give him the coordinates to aim at? That's the last of several such lapses in the episode. And then there's the accomplice. Nobody even knew he existed, so he got away with it. Plot hole number 3, the man who wasn't there. And pointing out that stuff is my job, but that doesn't mean I wasn't on the edge of my seat most of the time. There may have been some errors in the writing or directing or wherever it happened, but the story is a good, believable one. No monsters, no aliens, just good guys and bad guys locked in lethal combat. This is what we came for, lo, those many seasons ago, and it's always enjoyable when we come back to it. And now, a quick word from our sponsor, Beach Brand Fish Food. Okay, I made that up.
All I gotta do is breathe underwater. Breathe underwater. Breathe underwater.
To lead the missile room team. Beach just joined them. Good grief. So I can kick him in them. Okay, and there's more.